Hi, welcome to part 2 of this video series about projects, manufacturing and warehouse management. In this video, we're going to learn how to manage production planning for items that we need to consume as part of a project. So, quick recap, we have our project, we have different phases here, and one of the phases, the delivery, includes items that we need to manufacture and we need to move in a location where I have full warehouse management features enabled. I have updated this item, and in my demo sandbox, in any demo sandbox, this is an item that is typically purchased, but I just changed it to make it into an item that we manufacture. And I used a routing and a simple production bill of materials with a few items in it. The components here are not important because this is just a demo. The main concept here is that this item is replenished through a production order, and it is assigned to a project, and that drives demand. You can clearly see that demand working on the actual item card because it appears in this field called quantity on project order. Just to confirm the demand supply element of this short video series, let me show you the availability by event. This is a nice page in Business Central. I use it all the time, and it shows me the availability, again, by event. In other applications, this is often called event-based planning. I think SAP does event-based planning, and the concept is pretty much the same. You can clearly see that on hand, I got enough of this item, but the available inventory is in a location which is not the location of my project. And if I apply a filter here, I can see that the demand, you can see -1 for this item assigned to this project, cannot be fulfilled because my projected available balance is negative. So I simply don't have enough in stock. Now, if I used a distribution system, and if I set up my planning engine with transfer routes, I can set up Business Central so that I can get the item that I need for my project from main to the white location, the white warehouse or depot, essentially replenished by a transfer order. In this case, what we're going to do, we're going to manufacture the item. So, two ways to manufacture the item. We can obviously create a production order from Business Central. Really, this is not, you don't really want to create production orders manually. We can run the planning worksheet, or we can use order promising. I will show you both ways now, order promising and the planning worksheet. So back to here, there we go. This is what we got. And under related, I can find order promising. Now, order promising works with available to promise items for which I already have supply, but it's not quite finished yet. It works with purchases, and the system will find out the expected receipt dates of items that I have purchased, and it will adjust the planned delivery dates. But in this case, we're going to use capable to promise because I know that I got no production order ongoing already for this item. So you can see order promising for project order. If you're familiar with Business Central, you know that you have project that you can use order promising on sales. This is exactly the same thing. So I'm going to calculate capable to promise. The system is going to do its job, and essentially this is the planning engine. It's the planning worksheet working in the background for us with specific filters. And it tells me that I can't really promise this client that they will receive the item by the 5th of November. The best I can do is the 7th. And the system is calculating the dates based on the routing and all the setup, which is part of the item that we need to manufacture. So this can be a planner, this can be a project manager. When it's time to work out how to manufacture the item, because we are approaching the delivery date, we can run the capable to promise. When I accept capable to promise, the system updates the planning dates and the delivery dates for my project, just like what would happen if I used order promising on a sales order, right? It updates the shipment date. In this case, is the planning date, but the idea is pretty much is the same. When I look at reservations, I can see that there is a reservation between the project and a requisition line, because this is in this case, it's order promising, so it's an MPS order. If I delete this item here, and I'm going to calculate a plan, and I'm going to, let me see, I'm going to go to today. I guess this one is looking at November, as we said, 2025, because I got my sandbox pointed to these days. There we go. And if I ask for my S210 semi-automatic for my location white, I have exactly the same result. I have a planning suggestion for due date the 7th, because again, the order promising has updated the planning lines before, and now the system is planning for the 7th. I'm going to now carry out the actual message, and I'm going to create a firm plan production order. I don't need to create purchase orders because I'm not purchasing anything. The difference between order promising and planning worksheet is that now you can see, if I go back and look at the reservation entries, I don't have a reservation, but this is Business Central's planning engine doing this job, right? Order promising is always an MPS order, and therefore there will always be a reservation between the order, the demand order, in this case the project, and the supply order, in this case the production order. When we use the planning engine and we use a normal replenishment that does not trigger an MPS order, we don't have a reservation, but it is essentially the same. Now I'm going to look at my firm plan production orders, and I can see my production order here. And now actually I want to show you that the location has been updated, applied to my order by the planning engine, because of course there is a link, a soft reservation between supply and demand. And so the system is correctly planning for this order to be manufactured in the white location. Why do we have a bin ending in 0003? Again, this is warehouse management, WMS, an embedded director, doing his job. And this is the bin that will be used as the output bin, the from production bin, when we generate output of the item, which eventually will have to be transferred from here to here, because this is the bin from where the item will be consumed. And so this will close the circle, right? And will make sure that the item is produced, moved, and therefore consumed throughout the project. We're going to go through the manufacturing order, the production order, and then in the next video, we will learn how to use warehouse management to get this item from shop floor to the production bin, to the project bin, and therefore, after that, we can use journals, project journals, to consume the item in a way we're going to ship the item, and finally bill it.